Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I am Charlsie, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken cordon bleu that is carnivore and keto friendly. So let's go over the ingredients real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to put it together. So we'll start right here. Need an egg. I'm going to go ahead and crack it into our bowl because we're going to make an egg wash with this. Put that aside. Of course, you're going to need some chicken, and I use chicken breast for this. And what I have done is I've already split them and pounded them down so that they're really thin. You can see like that, because we're going to be rolling the chicken. And I'll show you in just a minute. You're going to need some ham. You'll need some cheese. Traditionally, you use Big Eye Swiss, but I actually like Havarti in this, so that's what we're going to use today. I have some butter, and I also have, this is going to be our coating, which, let me just grab this, pork rinds, crushed. And I don't get any endorsement fee or anything from this brand, but I will tell you this is one of the cleanest brands on the market. It's pork rinds or pork skins and salt. That's it. So that's what you want to look for, is really simple nutritional labels, and that's a good one. Okay, we're also going to use kefir. You could use buttermilk if you want. This is the closest thing to buttermilk, in my opinion, and this is just cultured whole milk. You can just use regular whole milk, or you can use heavy cream. It's really your taste preference. For my seasonings, I have already salted these. Right after I prepped them and thinned them out, I went ahead and salted them, and I also added my favorite Cavender's Greek seasoning to them, and we'll add a little bit more. So here we go. Let's get this party going. All right, so we're going to add some kefir to the wash. You don't need a whole lot, maybe half a cup or a little bit more. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of seasoning to this, just because I come from that school of Paul Prudhomme and just seasoning layers and season every layer. So there you go. Okay, let me set this aside because we're going to have to build one of our rolls. So let's start a little bit small. So I really like the outside skin down, if you can. And let me grab a paper towel. Sorry about that. Bump the light while I'm there. Now, I baked these over, I guess, a few days ago, and I found that the chicken breast, because it has hardly any fat, really dried out. So I'm going to just add some butter. Add a little butter, makes everything better. And it will melt down. And the next thing we're going to do is ham. And this is just a smoked ham. And just layer that in. And then one slice of cheese. And I'm going to start the roll at this smaller end, tuck it in, and just roll it up. It's okay if there's ham peeking out or cheese peeking out. Doesn't matter. So roll it up tight and toothpick it. Just remember that those toothpicks are in there. Okay, so that's one ready to go. Doesn't have to be perfect by any stretch. I'm going to do one more, just so you get the hang of what we're doing. And then I'll take these two and we're going to egg wash them. And coat them in the pork rinds. And you know, it's just when you go low carb, high protein, high fat, you just have to think about the things that you liked to eat prior to doing this. And I loved making chicken carbonara. And I thought, you know, it's going to be easy to just alter that. And the big difference for this is breadcrumbs. Not using breadcrumbs. All right. Have your toothpicks ready. Okay. Here we go. Rolling up again. And again, just toothpick it together. And now I'm just going to slide this out of the way and I'm going to show you how easy this is. Just put the egg wash up here. Okay, I'm going to not coat, but I'm going to season the pork rinds too. And that's another thing that, you know, just explore seasonings when you're starting this kind of low carb eating, because they make a world of difference. Okay, so take your nice little package and coat it with the egg wash. I like to kind of get in there. It's messy. Let it drip off. And then just roll. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly covered. You're just really going for a crust. Okay. And roll. Now, our next step is we're going to lightly brown these in our cast iron pot on the stove top, and then I'm going to finish them off in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes. So I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so most good carnivores have a little stash of baking fat. And so that's what we're going to use just to brown up this crust. Doesn't take long. Preheat the oven. Okay, so you're going to take your chicken roll and just put it right down there in the bacon, B-A-C-O-N, bacon fat. And just stay with it, but we're just going to brown it, make a nice little crust. Now, lower my temperature to about 6, because I don't want this to burn. So I'm going to rotate it. We'll do every side, and then this whole skillet is going to go into the oven for 30 minutes. I will use my thermometer, and remember with poultry, you want the internal temp to be 165. So we just want to make sure, because like This one is much thicker, so it's going to take a little bit longer than this thinner one to cook. So getting a little bit of a crust on there, that's all I want. Looking great. Here are the beautiful chicken cordon bleu rolls, and they've got a nice little crust on them. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer them to the oven and let them bake for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'll show you the finished product. Look at how beautiful this chicken cordon bleu is. Can you believe that this is carnivore friendly? So you can see the nice melted cheese and ham peeking out. And I'm going to cut into this big piece so that you can see the finished product. There you go. Chicken cordon bleu. Simple, easy to make, and carnivore friendly. So thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you think about this one. If you try it, let me know. And please give us a thumbs up, and I will see you again soon.